Good morning, students. Good morning, students. Today I am teaching lesson number 2, part 15. After osmosis and osmotic pressure, we are starting with the reverse osmotic pressure. That reverse osmotic pressure is of 2 point page number 57. Up to here we completed yesterday the edema and all that. 2.6.5 reverse osmosis and water purification. Okay, see this. So how we are getting fresh water from saline water from the sea water on basis of reverse osmotic pressures. The direction of osmosis can be reversed. Okay, the direction of osmosis can be reversed if a pressure larger than the osmotic pressure is applied to the solution side. Okay, that is, now the pure solvent flows out of the solution through the semi permeable membrane. Here I am showing you, this is salt water. In the sea water, pressure is applied more than that of the pressure through the piston. Like that we are doing the cycles, pump and all now. So piston is applied, salt water, this is semi permeable membrane, and from that, on the basis of reverse osmotic pressure, we are getting fresh water outlet. Okay, how? Again I am repeating, the direction of osmosis can be reversed if a pressure larger than the osmotic pressure is applied to the solution side. That is, now the pure solvent flows out of the solution through the semi-permeable membrane. This phenomenon is called the reverse osmosis. This phenomenon is called the reverse osmosis. Now, this is of great practical utility. Reverse osmosis is used in desalination of seawater. Desalination means the salts are removed from the water. Desalination. A schematic setup for the process is shown in figure 2.11. This is figure 2.11 that earlier I showed you. This is salt water, semi-permeable membrane, piston. Pressure is applied more than the osmotic pressure. Through this, the fresh water is coming. How? You see. When pressure more than the osmotic pressure is applied, pure water is squeezed out of seawater through the membrane. This is squeezed. Squeezed means coming. If we are applying pressure from here, then squeezed. Now, a variety of polymer membranes are available for this purpose. Okay, these membranes, polymer membranes. The pressure required for reverse osmosis is quite high. A workable porous membrane is a film of cellulose acetic. Okay, the membrane is made up of cellulose acetic placed over a suitable purpose. Here we are keeping, that is cellulose acetic. Cellulose acetate is permeable of water but impermeable to impurities and ions present in the seawater. In the seawater, it permits only water. No impurities are coming from the semi-permeable membrane. These days, many countries use desalination plants to meet their potable water requirements. Okay, so again I am repeating the same method. How we are getting salt water is converted into fresh water, applying piston. Pressure is going to apply, then only water is going to pass through and the remaining impurities are remain here because the pores are like that. So it allows only water, other impurities are becoming here. Okay, so I completed up to this. I am giving the homework you, that is index questions. You have to complete the notes also. How I am teaching daily, and you have to do these questions on related to the examples which I am teaching earlier. 2.9, 2.10, 2.11, 2.12. So index questions, all the problems you numericals you have to solve. Okay, so up to osmotic pressure, reverse osmotic pressure, and how water is going to purify, we completed. Now our next topic is on page number 57. What is 2.7? Abnormal molar masses. Abnormal molar masses. Okay. I am teaching you. See, when ionic compounds dissolved in water, dissociation into cations and anions. If I am giving you example, like here I have given in the book, it is given KCl. If NaCl, then it is converted into Na positive and Cl minus 1. Here 1 mole of KCl means molar mass is 74.5 gram in water. Then we get 1 mole each of K positive and Cl ions released in solution. Now if this happen, there would be 2 moles. Okay. See, 1 mole of KCl, but 1 mole and 1 mole, total 2 moles of particles in solution. Now, if we ignore interionic attraction means the attraction between positive and negative ion. 1 mole of KCl in 1 kilogram of water would be expressed to increase the boiling point by 2 into 0.52 Kelvin is equal to 1.04 Kelvin. Now, if we did not know about the degree of dissociation, we could be led to conclude that mass of 2 moles particle is 74.5 gram. Okay? And the mass of 1 mole of KCl would be 37.25, half of that. This brings into light the rule that when there is dissociation of solute into ions, dissociation means KCl is converted into dissociate into positive and negative ions. Experimentally determined molar mass is always lower than the true value. Okay, actually the value is what? 74. But if you are doing half, then it is coming half of that. Half. So experimentally it is proved that 37.25 gram. Okay, there is the true value. What is the true value? It comes lower. Now example, molecules of ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid means CH3COH, acetic acid, dimerized in benzene and to hydrogen bonding. Due to hydrogen bonding, already you are knowing how benzene structure is coming in 11th. In 11th you are knowing starting of the organic chemistry, how the benzene is coming. Here the dimerization factor you are knowing. This normally happens in solvents of low dielectric constant. In this case, the number of particle is reduced due to dimerization. Okay, now association of molecule is depicted as follows. That was dissociation. This is association. If all the molecules of ethanoic acid associated into benzene, then see here in the example, you know CH3COH, CH3COH twice, 2 numbers, and this is structure of benzene. See CH2OHO hydrogen bonding. This is structure of acetic acid CH3COOH, CH3COH 2 molecule CH3COH. Now this normally happens in solvents of low dielectric constant. In this case, the number of particles is reduced due to dimerization. Association of molecule is reflected as follows. Now, if all the molecules of ethanoic acid associated in benzene, then delta TB and delta TF, you are knowing boiling point depression constant and freezing point depreciation constant for acetic acid will be half the normal value. Now, the molar mass calculated on the basis of this delta TB or delta TF will be twice the expected value. Okay, double. Now, such a molar mass that is either lower or higher than the expected or normal value is called the abnormal molar mass. Means it is not coming actually the true value. Otherwise, it is coming lower or higher. So, what is that factor? I is equal to want half factor introduced by want half in 1880 scientist. So, I can be defined as follows: normal molar mass upon abnormal molar mass is equal to normal means observed colligative property and abnormal molar mass means calculated on the basis of this calculated colligative property. So again I can be said normal molar mass can be converted into total number of particles after association or dissociation upon calculated means number of moles of particles before association or dissociation. Okay. Now, in case of association, value of I is always less than 1. In case of dissociation, value of I is more than 1. For the value of aqueous KCl is close to 2. And the value of acetic acid in benzene is 0.5. Now, again, next factor, up to here we completed. What is this? Now, inclusion of one-term factor modifies the equation of colligative properties as follows. Relative lowering of vapor pressure of solvent. So, already we are knowing Raoult's law, P10 minus P1 upon P1 is equal to, that is converting into I, N2 upon N1, where now again delta TB, elevation of boiling point, that is equal to IKBM. Delta TB is proportional and we are putting this constant. Delta TF is equal to depression of freezing point, IKFM. Osmotic pressure of solution is equal to I N2 RT upon V. Already we derived all the factors. Now in table 2.4, this is on page number 59. Table 2.4, values of Wanter factor I at various concentration for NaCl, KCl, MgSO4 and K2SO4. Salt NaCl, KCl, MgSO4, K2SO4. Value of I. If we are taking 0.1 molar, 0.01 molar, 0.001 molar, these are the values given. So, Wanter factor I for complete dissociation of solid is 2, 2, 2 and 3. So, table 2.4, values of I for several strong electrolytes for KCl, NaCl, MgSO4. I values approaches to as the solution becomes very dilute. Okay. So, up to page number 58, we started from the reverse osmosis and water purification from page number 57. Then abnormal molecular mass and up to table. So tomorrow I will teach you two example on basis of this abnormal molecular mass 2.12 and 2.13, and we will tomorrow complete our chapter, whole of the chapter in 16 parts. Okay.